I might have H on my foot. Now, good game. This part will get me every time. The dad director's cut. Okay, let's continue. Load.
You got dads.
Okay. From memory, the only one we have left right now to go with on the first one is Brian. Okay, so yeah, Brian is the only one we haven't gone on the first date with. So let's go. Okay. My jaw is still sore from pulling a tooth, so there will be no funny voices this time. Unfortunately. I will, however, read out everything, but I will not try to tweak my jaw in various ways. My apologies for that. I'm sure you are all devastated. Or not. Brian Harding. Hey, I'm Brian. I spend most of my days hanging out with my awesome daughter and thinking up new ways to grill things. If you like fishing, then we'll get along. No wonder you like Joseph so much. He is also a grill enthusiast. On a Friday night, you're most likely to see just how slowly I can cook a piece of brisket. Just put it in a slow cooker and leave it overnight. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? My fishing pole. Sensible. Sensible. What are your turn-ons? A keen understanding of steak cuts. Date a butcher? What did you want to be when you grew up? A fireman. I can see that. I can see that. What's your favorite movie genre? Romantic comedies. What's your ideal date? Deck building. I'm sure you post deck pics to everyone. What do you never leave home without? My portable fishing pole. You don't get out much, do you? I spend a lot of time thinking about how my daughter is smarter than I am. I'm not gonna comment on that one. You can't lay it up like that and not expect people to swing at it. It's... okay. So let's go on the first date with Brian. To be honest, Brian is the type of person who would annoy me because of his bragging. Man, I don't know how I feel about hanging out with Brian more, but it seems like Daisy and Amanda got along really well. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and hang out with Brian more for the sake of the kids. I know, right? I crack my knuckles and start typing. Hey Brian, great grabbing burgers with you at the cookout yesterday. We should get the kids together and hang out soon. I wait a couple of minutes till a ding comes from my computer and a message pops up on screen. It's Brian! Let's see what he has to say. Hey man, always love a good burg with a buddy. We should definitely hang out. What do you think about mini golf? We could bring the girls out and have ourselves a little friendly competition. Rock on, Brian. He signed his name. That's cute. Pretty kind of is. Also, we missed saying hi to the bird. Friendly competition? This is perfect. I know Amanda and I will crush Brian in mini golf. I've been taking her to mini golf courses since she was a little kid, and I'm proud to say that she's almost better at it than I am. I own a telescopic one, but that is for like not fly fishing, just Ow! There is, for fuck's sake. Things like that is why this stream is marked mature. Sorry. Almost. I typed back. That sounds great, man. Name the time and place and we be there. Bird. Bird. Bird, 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 bird. I just realized that when I start playing Minecraft again, I have to create a pink flamingo sitting in a chair, right? That has to happen. Because once we stop playing this game, there needs to be a bird in, like... I wish there was a way to make a pink flamingo in Skyrim. I could probably mod in a pink flamingo in Skyrim. Yeah, if there's not already one, I could probably create one. Hey, Amanda!
Oh.
Hey, would you be up for some mini golf with Brian and Daisy?
Ah.
I'm a little out of practice, and I know my backswing leaves something to be desired, but I think I could keep it in the negatives. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but if we could make it a thing, it could be funny. Oh, I'm also looking into buying a floof cam. I found a camera I want, I just need to save up the cash for it. Oh. Oh. I'm so tempted to click that right now. I'm gonna click it and then I'm gonna check it after stream. But, dude, I am logged in. Okay. Why are you doing this? There we go. Okay, let's try that again. Oh my god, it's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at that after the stream, otherwise I will just get stuck. Yeah, if I use the vortex loader, it should put it in the right way anyway. Wrong game! Okay, going to check that out after. Oh yeah, you do. Oh yeah. And we're gonna absolutely name one Roger. Even though you can't technically name things in Skyrim that way, but it's gonna be named Roger. Or Placebo Flamingo. Perfect. Come on, kiddo, let's do this. You ready for this? Arr, matey, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Why are you talking like that?
Huh?
Because this mini golf course is pirate themed, right? I just now realized that we are indeed standing on top of a giant pirate ship in the middle of a putt-putt course. Oh.
Alright.
Come on, Pirate Dad. Won't you talk like a pirate with me? Arr, ahoy, Scarvy? Avast! I'll make Brian and Daisy walk the plank with my superior golfing abilities. I mean, the balloon? The balloon is a coin though, isn't it? Come on, Dad. You told me that this was just gonna be some friendly competition. Friendly competition is dad code for actual competition. I need to prepare my body, mind, and soul to defeat Brian on the field of glorious battle. Why does everything have to be a competition? It's just mini-golf. Just mini-golf? It's so much more than that. I kneel down and place a hand on Amanda's shoulder. I just want you to know that there's no pressure. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it too much, but we have to beat Brian at mini-golf. Whatever happened to just having fun? Oh, we will have fun when we beat them.
Huh?
Amanda gives me a side-eye, but before I can side-eye her back, I spot Brian and Daisy. Ahoy there, mateys!
Ah.
Ahoy! Brian walks up with Daisy in tow. It looks like they'd already rented us some golf clubs for a mini-golf excursion. Total power move. Why didn't I think of that? Because you were too focused on this being a competition between two adults, where the children are the more mature ones? Alright, first mate, I hear there's buried treasure in these waters. You gonna help me plunder it? Oh, Amanda, I don't think this is a real pirate ship. I think it's just to play putt-putt on.
Oh.
Amanda gives Daisy a look.
Eh?
I mean, aye aye, Captain. Daisy winks at Amanda. Ah, look at those two. They're two peas in a pod. So, you excited to get some mini-golf in? Oh, you know it. You a gambling man? Whew! Speaking of that last one. That was interesting. Okay. Thinking that is not appropriate in the setting, I'm gonna say 1 or 2. And I think the top one is the correct one because now I have that song stuck in my head. Especially the version by Home Free, which is a great a cappella group. If you haven't seen them, you really should. They are just brilliant. So I'm thinking the top one. Unless anyone has any objections. Cool, then let's use the top one. Hey, he liked that! Nice! I know when to fold them. I know when to walk away. Yeah, I got that song stuck in my head now. Thank you. There's also a really cute version with David Tennant singing it. It's from the TV show Blackpool. Again, highly recommended. TV series. How about the loser buy drinks tonight? Alright, but how about we make it a bit more interesting? I'm listening. The loser has to mow the winner's lawn this weekend. Well, my yard's pretty big. Are you prepared to take that on? I think you should be a little more concerned with how you're gonna maneuver around my hedges. It's highly technical work, not for the faint of heart. I don't think I'll need to worry about that. I'm very good at mini-golf, you know. Oh yeah? Hole in one every time. Oh, you had to. What I just said is not a true thing, but it already came out of my mouth, so I have to stand by it. No, you don't. I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. Brian and I eye each other up and down. May the best dad win. Brian and I shake hands and lock eyes. It's about to go down. Yeah, and all depends on... Oh, mini games. Excuse me? Ah, I'm bad at this.
Into the brine. Into the brine.
I'm so bad at this.
Into the brine.
I say as I keep sinking them. Like I said, I'm so bad at this.
You've lost your ball.
Ah! I hate games like
Dead men
this.
sink no putts.
Hey!
With a hole full of balls.
I don't want to do this.
You've lost your ball.
Woot! Amanda pulls me aside while Brian and Daisy start walking to the next hole. Hey, you having a good time? I'm having a great time. I'm having a fantastic time destroying Brian on the foot. Thank you, Terrace. I'm just not good at timed games. Mostly I just... yeah, sorry, I just have to... And then I'm going to close this down because it's distracting. There you go. And there you go. I always get stressed by timed things like that. Tick, 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 tick. But I guess me running around with an bow and arrow all the time in Skyrim is kind of paying off. I just ask because your eye is twitching. No, it's not. I feel my left eye twitch. Amanda raises her eyebrows.
Huh?
We aren't here to have fun, remember? It's just a game. You're right. It is just a game. A game with extremely high stakes. A game where we're currently winning. Dad!
Eh?
Please, Amanda. Please nail this next hole for me. We need to keep this streak going.
Ah.
If it's really that important to you, sure. Hey. Amanda walks over and tees up for a particularly hard windmill hole. Gripping her club, she winds up and launches the ball into the parking lot. She looks me right in the eye and does an exaggerated shrug.
Huh?
Whoops.
Yeah.
I disagree with her actions, but I appreciate her act of youthful defiance. She walks over and pats me on the back. That was for your own good. Love you, kiddo.
Armating.
Come on. Yeah.
Dead men sink
Yeah, I
no
know.
putts.
Oh, come on.
Dead men sink no putts.
Hey! Nice. I had hoped to get the corner and it would hit there. Instead I was going
Lost
dee-dee-dee-dee.
your ball. Dead men sink
Yeah, I'm getting
no
stressed.
putts.
Why did I do that? Oh well.
Dead men sink no putts.
Wrong one.
Dead men sink no putts.
Oh, that's just mean. Come on.
Dead men
Ah.
sink no putts.
Well, yes, of course. Yay, we got an A! Oh, that was so bad. I tried to maintain an air of professionalism because there are children present, but I can feel the crushing weight of the four dads before me. But I can feel the crushing weight of the 4 dads before me casting a disappointed look upon my broken frame. I have failed you, fathers, and for that I am sorry. Man, that was some good shooting there, Crispy. I want to go with number 2 here. But well, number 1 is also pretty good. So number 1 or number 2. Number 2 is something my dad would say. Which is making me kind of upset, to be fair. But yeah, let's roll for it. 1, 2, or heads, tails. Okay, so I fought valiantly, and my only regret was being bested. Hey, you liked that one? I'll remember this day, Brian, and someday when I finally defeat you, you'll think of this moment too. The moment I decided your fate. The moment I decided that you must be destroyed. Brian and I eyeball each other, electricity shooting between us. Alright, Daisy, did you have a good time? Yo ho ho, I did. We haven't even found the buried treasure yet. I think we would need to apply for a permit to dig around here. I can take Daisy home so we can get the city paperwork started for digging. You two go enjoy your night. Sounds like a plan, Crispy. You cool with that? Sure. Just don't get your... That was Daisy. No, that was Amanda's way. Sure. Just don't get yourself into too much trouble. Can do. I'll make sure we get into a perfectly reasonable amount of trouble. Amanda and Daisy skip away, yelling about buried treasure. Bless that kid's tiny rebellious heart. Well, guess we should hit the bar now. There's actually a tiki bar attached to this place. How about that? That sounds like a plan. Guess I'm spending more time with Brian, which I'm not jazzed about, considering I just completely blew it on the putt-putt course. Okay, Dad, you can do this. You just gonna drown my sorrow in some tropical lucid drink and get out of here. Brian and I walk into the Freaky Tiki, a kitschy island-themed bar. Palm trees adorn the walls and several fake parrots are strewn about. Ukulele music plays softly in the background. Connor? Brian and I approach the bamboo bar. I'm sorry, that's a joke that only makes sense if you know who Connor is. 2 pineapples of hospitality, please. The bartender whips us up 2 rum drinks inside of hollowed out pineapples. He sets them on fire and we have to blow them out before we can drink them. Usually I just like to, I don't know, drink my drinks. If you don't want yours, I'll take it. And best me again? I think not. I take a sip of my pineapple of hospitality. Sorrow tastes fruity. My lawn care needs are very particular. I hope you're up for the challenge. Oh, don't worry. I'll bring my own salt to promote healthy growth in a sustainable environment. Girls, is that you? Oh, come on now, Crispy. I'm just having a little fun with you. I grumble and sip more of my fruity sorrow drink. Fine, you got me on this one. While I sip more of my drink, I notice a TV in the corner. Hey, Extreme Makeover Deck Edition is on. I love this show. Always made me want to own a deck. I hate this show. Why? It's so clearly fake. Well, yeah, it's reality TV. Who cares? I care. I'm a general contractor. I work with decks all the time. There's no way they're renovating those decks in a matter of 2 days. It's impossible. That's a 3-week job minimum. So you want them to cover those 3 weeks extensively in every episode. It can't be that interesting to watch a bunch of dudes slave over a deck for that long. Nobody would watch it. I don't like any of those home improvement shows. I want to watch stuff that's real. Like long haul paranormal ice road truck. That's difficult to say. Like long haul paranormal ice road ghost truckers. And breathe? I have terrible news for you, Crispy. No! No! Not them too! That's the awful truth. Not the ghosts though. Those are real. Trucks just don't have emergency escape buttons. I've been lied to for so long. We both chuckle and sip on our pineapples. So wait, you're a general contractor? Sure am. I actually helped plan the cul-de-sac we live in. Wow, nice work. Yeah, kinda took after the footsteps of my old... Yeah, kinda took after the footsteps of my old man. That's not the saying, is it? You kind of followed in the footsteps of... He was a general contractor too? The best. He practically built half of this town with his bare hands. It's weird how you spend your whole life trying to not become your father, then you wake up one day and there you are. But I get to work with my hands and it pays more than enough to take care of my daughter, so it's an absolute dream job, for me at least. Well that's impressive. Building stuff has always been my weak point as a dad, and I've been okay with that until now. Now I must defeat him. I do have that How do you pronounce that word? Patio. Patio, that's how you pronounce it. I just had a brain fart. Yeah, patio. I do have that patio furniture that I haven't put together still sitting in the garage. Okay, maybe I should cool it with the dad competition. Gotta keep it light. That one would not go over well, I'm feeling. I think I have 1 or 2 here. Number 2? Okay, let's go with that. Hey, nice! So, Daisy seems pretty smart for her age. Yeah, she's a genius. She definitely doesn't get it from her old man, though. It's actually a little embarrassing. She beats me at Scrabble constantly. To be fair, Scrabble is really hard. I can barely make good words when I have the whole alphabet in front of me, let alone 7 letters. Brian laughs. See, we can keep things friendly here. This is perfectly pleasant. I could do this all night. Because I feel an innate need to impress Brian and prove I'm better than him, obviously. That's the only reason. I think. Let's keep it moving. This won't fly, considering his reaction to the last time. To the last one. So 1 or 3. I mean, he does have a very majestic beard. And I'm a sucker for that color as well. But I think it's because it contrasts so nicely with his dark eyes. So 1 or 3. Because, yeah, considering his reaction to the last one, I don't think he'll take kindly to us doing number 2. Complain about kids these days. Personal. Okay, wanna go with the doggo? Let's go with the doggo. Hey, he liked that too. So I would either get a I would either get a mini pincher or a corgi if I ever got a dog, which is highly unlikely. Mostly because I don't like dogs. Corgis are really cute. I also think that if a gnome is ever struck by a wolf-like entropy, it would be a were-corgi. So, you have a dog. Sure do. I can't quite remember what he looks like. Oh, he's a little corgi. I should have just continued it! Oh, he's a little corgi. Always has a handkerchief around his neck. Yeah, I'm not getting it. I think I might need a visual reminder to jog my memory. If you happen to have any pictures of said dog, maybe on your phone. Brian laughs. Crispy, if you wanted to see pictures of Maxwell, you could have just asked. Show me the goods then. Brian pulls out his phone and flips through an entire album of dog pictures. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. That's just weird. What a good boy. I look around the room and take in all the kitchen decor, looking for something else to comment on. There's a gigantic fish hanging about Brian and I. I gesture to it. Cool fish. It's definitely fake. What, really? Everything in here is fake. The palm tree over there is just a ficus with plastic coconuts glued to it. That was not the correct... I mean... That's fair. Stephen King is... yeah. That palm tree over there is just a ficus with fake coconuts glued to it. I look over. He's right. But I almost caught something like that fish once. Mine was bigger though. Of course it was. Oh really? Yup. I went on a trip to Hawaii maybe a decade ago. We were out on the sea for 3 days catching fish, drinking beer, you know, guy stuff. We had a hot plate on the boat so we could sear the fish right after we caught it. Throw a little bit of salt and lemon on there. Oh man. Freshly fried fish. That's some of the best food I've ever had. That actually sounds amazing. It really does. I miss fishing. Well, it was the last day. Everyone had gone to bed already, but I was out there watching the stars. Had my line out too. Then all of a sudden it just starts running. So I jump on the reel before it gets ripped out of the rod rack and start fighting with the damn thing. I'm out there for maybe an hour. Can't call out to my shipmates. It's just man against nature. Then why couldn't you call out to them? Finally, I'm starting to tucker the guy out. I get him up to the surface and finally get a sight of it. The biggest marlin I've ever seen. Hemingway-esque. I get it onto the boat, single-handedly. And you know what happens next? What happens next? The damn thing smacks me in the face with its tail and knocks me out. I wake up the next morning on the deck, fish gone. Never felt dumber. So, it got away? I think there's another version of me that would have spent the rest of my life trying to catch that fish Captain Ahab style. I'm sure Daisy would be supportive. Oh man, fishing's the life. Haven't gone enough lately. I feel you, Brian, I feel you. My spoiled cat won't eat raw fish. Well, he will eat raw fish if it's salmon. Any other fish you have to cook for him first. And shrimp, if you give him shrimp, he will leave it in the bowl until it's a dried jerky type thing and then he'll eat it. My cat's weird. You go fishing? Actually, I have a confession to make. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I having this inexplicable urge to be vulnerable with him? I can't tell him I'm terrible at fishing. I lean in close. So, which one do we want? 1, 2, or 3? Yeah, it's a time zone thing, Hester. Considering that 4 of the players are from Australia, 1 is from the US, and I'm... Yeah, straight out lie. 4 of the players are from Australia, 1 is from the US, and I'm in Central European time, so... And thank you so much, Hester! Okay. Number 3, any objections to any of them? My apologies. Okay, so let's go with number 3. Hey, you like that? I'm simply the best out there. Okay, since you're such a pro, I'm taking you fishing. Do you want to go fishing? Wait, don't answer that. Yes, you do. We're going fishing. Oh no. Oh, I don't know. Come on, it'll be a blast. I know the perfect little fishy spot. I'll bring some beers, we can just sit back, relax, and reel in some trout. We'll bring the kids with us. Come on, you know you want to. I sigh, I've been cornered. Yeah, you're okay. Brian gives me an exuberant high five. Yes, maybe we'll see who can catch the most fish, so I can get you mowing my lawn. You can try to beat me, but they'll don't call me crispy, good at catching fish bacon for nothing. Hi, Bloody! This is a dating simulator, Lazy. So we are a single dad who just moved into a cul-de-sac where apparently everyone except one person is also a single dad. And we are making friends for now, but this is a dating simulator. So... Ooh, yeah! Bloody! You're on holiday! How's your holiday? I'm spinning a web of lies that I fear will one day consume me. Yep, we are dating other dads. This is the last of the first dates so far. We did all the other ones, most of them last time. Sounds like it'll be a scrap. Oh yeah, what Lacey said, you definitely deserve a holiday. Also, there are 2 people in this chat who donated like every single dime of this because they're a little bit insane. But yeah, I am so happy for everyone who donated. I appreciate all of... Why do I keep doing that? It's that one. We're in the... That one, not overhead. That one. Oh yeah, no, don't worry about it, Lacey. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm just happy that that we as a community managed to raise all this money. It's for such a good cause. The Trevor Project do such great work. But yeah, sounds like it'll be a scrap. Brian and I finish our drinks and head outside. Till next time. Okay, 1 or 2, because number 3 seems weird. So far... Ah! I got something in my eye. So far, it's a tie between Damien and Robert. But yeah, which one do we want here? Yeah, Robert is cool. He would drive me absolutely nuts in real life. If I ever met a person like him in real life, he would drive me absolutely nuts. But I like him in the game. Now, 1, 2, or 3. Which one do we want? Or do we want to roll for it? Number 2? Anyone else? Okay, let's go with number 2 then. I like that one. Yeah, pick and choose of the dad jokes. To catch way more fish than you, Brian. Brian extends his hand and gives me a friendly but firm handshake. I see that competitive fire in his eyes. This is gonna become a whole thing, isn't it? Yeah, because you started it. Once Brian takes over babysitting duties, Amanda walks home with me. She immediately plops down on the couch and flips on the TV. So, how was your hang with Brian? It was okay. Oh yeah, he seems like a neat dude. I think so. I don't know, the guy loves a good competition. But then again, apparently so do I. What did you and Daisy end up doing? Oh, we hunted for treasure for a bit, but Daisy was really adamant about not digging without a permit, so we just watched some documentary about theoretical physics. I put her to bed and then sat around eating Brian's food. That, would, someone please do that is Roger. There may or may not be, I mean, it could be a pink kiwi as well. Roger's a kiwi? Yeah, I have. And yeah, that is most... Well, kiwis don't have wings, technically. Okay, I can see that. The unholy union of a flamingo and a kiwi. Well, they do have tiny little wings. Ow. It's a flawiwi. Okay. The flawiwi. Okay, I love that. I really love that. Let's add that to somehow to that command. The flawiwi. Kawingo. Kawingo. I mean, I could make a kiwi in Minecraft. Yeah, flawiwi sounds better. Don't tell him I said that. That's standard babysitting protocol, I believe. I really like hanging out with Daisy. She's super mature for her age. Yeah, Brian says she has a hard time relating to other kids. She kinda reminds me of you at her age. Although she doesn't bite people as much as you did. I can't believe I'm finally the cool older kid. It feels good. You gonna hang out with Brian again? That's the thing. He wants to go fishing with me. Oh. A told him I was an amazing fisherman.
Huh?
Huh? You hate fishing. I know. I'm kind of panicking.
Eh?
I'm sure it'll be fine. All you have to do is wake up at the crack of dawn and sit silently in a boat on a lake for hours on end with no promise of a tangible reward, your only companion being the fear and doubt you harbor deep within your heart. Hi Dad, and yeah, we're not technically chatting people up at this moment, but we did just come from a date with Brian. Fishing's fun, you'll remind yourself, as the world darkens around you and you wonder if it's really you staring back at yourself in the lake's reflection or simply just the abyss. Yeah, laugh it up, Amanda, you're coming with us.
Eh?
It's my constitutional right to outright refuse this order. Daisy's coming too. Well, I bet I could convince Brian to bring his dog. Fine, sold, I'm in. Alright, ambushed. Gonna call it a night. Don't stay up too late, okay? I'm a more of a Robert gal, so we shall see. But I'm going to go and unhydrate real quick as soon as this ends. You got it, Pops. Let's see what score we get. Date complete. Nice.
10 out of 10 if ever I've seen one.
Nice.
Welcome. You've got Dad.
Okay. A lot of points. Do. I'm sorry, trying to catch up with chat now. Yep. All our emotes were made by Jess as well, Scrappy. Yeah, we could do that. I'm just gonna check if we have gone on everyone for the first one for everyone. Back. Yep. So, did we want to get the fishing over with Brian? Or do we want to start with Craig, or do we want to do the fishing with because we are going to go on second one with everyone as well. What did you want? Let's do this first. Hey, Chris P, what are your feelings about poker? Beyond hardly knowing her. That is such a bad joke. That is just such a bad joke. Poker? I hardly know her? What? There it is. Well, good talk. Wait, I actually like poker. I just saw the joke and I had to take the shot. Please, Matt, I'm a dad. I'm contractually obligated. No, I get that. Anyway, we've been playing weekly poker games and I figured I should send an invite your way. That was weird. Let's try that again. Anyway, we've been playing weekly poker games and I figured I should send you an brain and tongue are not connected today. Anyway, we've been playing weekly poker games and I figured I should send an invite your way. Yeah. Oh yeah, if you like puns, by the way, and trust me, I'm not sponsored by these guys, they don't even know I exist. Go over and check Hermitcraft Season 8. The dad jokes are everywhere, the puns are in abundance. I watch those YouTube videos as often as I can. But the puns, they almost hurt. They're, yeah. Andy? No. No. That sounds great. I love losing money. Okay, let's lose that money. Matt invited me to a poker night at Joseph's house. I put on my going out coat and walk over. Across the way I spot Matt, who's walking over from his own house. He's got a case of beer on his arm. Crap, I should have brought something. Hey man. Crap, I should have brought something. No worries, man. It's your first time. Just bring a full wallet. I wish I could do the voice I did for him last time, but when I try to move my jaw forward like I did to get that voice, my jaw hurts for losing a tooth reasons. How long have you guys been at this for? Okay. How long have you guys been at this for? Years, buddy. Just a nice way to keep in touch with the guys. It's never really high stakes. We passed through the fence enclosing Joseph's garden. I swear I can talk! We passed through the fence enclosing Joseph's backyard. Craig, Brian, and Joseph hover around the patio, drinking beer and chatting. Robert sits in the corner, brooding as usual.
Oh.
Chris P, glad you can make it. So am I. I'm psyched to take all your money. Just like old times. Craig's the resident shark. We prefer the term person who's good at poker. I'm well aware. Craig's always been suspiciously good at poker. I think it's because my tongue gets stuck on the tooth. I'm not used to there being a hole here, so I keep tripping over my tongue. I'm well aware. Craig's always been suspiciously good at poker. Are you still as terrible as you were in college? Do we tell the truth or do we try to hide it? Poker face, or tell the truth. Heads or tails, if you want to flip for it. It is exclamation part flip coin. Exclamation mark flip coin. Okay, so we tell the truth. I'm still terrible at poker. My tell is a sustained childlike giggle. Yeah, that's true, Hester. They will find out anyways.
Hey.
There's no way you're as bad as Joseph. Joseph shrugs.
Hey.
This is basically my tithing. I'm giving back to the community.
Nice.
Plus I'm happy to just sit here and eat all of Brian's snacks.
Oh.
Guess who brought pigs in a blanket?
Oh.
Not Craig. Hey, my chia seed and granola energy balls are just as delicious. Everybody laughs. Let's just get the game going. We all take a seat at the table and Matt starts dealing cards. The first couple rounds go by easily as I'm getting the hang of things, but it's obvious that Craig is running the show here. Craig, how did you get so good at this? It's pretty easy. You just start getting a feel for everyone's tell. Like Matt will scratch his ear. Hey. Brian adjusts his pants when he's trying to lie. That's weird. No, wait a second. And I think you just loudly announce to the whole room when you have a good hand. Yep, that's me. What's Joseph's tell? Everything. Literally everything. That man is an open book. He couldn't lie if he tried. Well, at least I have God on my side.
Oh.
See? You can't even say that with a straight face. What about Robert? Honestly, the man's an enigma. Robert raises his glass of whiskey to us in a solemn salute. I think he'd wipe the floor with us if he actually tried. I'm just here because I enjoy the company. Robert pulls out his phone and stares at it.
Hey.
Robert, is that a flip phone? Yeah.
Yes.
What? Are you a drug dealer now?
Hey.
Yeah, what do you need? Horse, speed, Tijuana Johnnies? Don't do that. I can get you the street stuff easy, but if you're looking for something exotic or designer, that's maybe 72 hours and a favor called. Maybe I won't need you today, maybe I won't need you tomorrow, but someday. Oh, I don't really. I think I'm good. Right. But still, if you got the coin, I got the goods. I dropped my phone in the toilet, and this is a backup until I can get it replaced under warranty. Everyone murmurs their sympathies. We've all been there. I haven't. Although my sister did drop my phone in a toilet once. We go back to playing. I really gotta stop eating these pigs in a blanket. Pigs in blankets? I don't know. But they're very good. I think there might be cheese in them. Oof. I don't know if I got enough to raise you on this round. You can always bet your firstborn.
Bro.
If you think you can handle another one, be my guest. Briar and Hazel are a handful, to say the least. Buddy, you think 3 kids is a handful? Try 4. I'm operating at 100% dad capacity at all times. Actually, it's technically 5. Christine saw a commercial for one of those dolls that poop and wouldn't stop asking for it. We ended up getting it for her birthday, but she's so grossed out by the fake baby poop that she makes me change its diapers. So now I'm changing the real baby and the fake baby. Ooh, my condolences, dude. There's just a lot of poop in my household right now. Daisy got one of those a while back. One night I walk in on her after she had tried to take the doll apart to see how the poop mechanism worked, but then she couldn't put it back together and started crying. Poop everywhere.
Hey.
Fake poop, but still. That's mir- That reminds me of... Wait, do we all have a poop doll stories?
Oh.
Everyone nods in agreement. I never actually owned one of those. I'm very grateful for that. Guys, I really don't need any more poop in my life than there is already. Can we just get back to poker and not talk about poop? Here, here.
Oh.
Matt deals another hand and we Words? Matt deals another hand and we quickly forget about the poop. We run out of pigs in blankets, so we switch over to Craig's healthy snack food. It actually isn't terrible. These kale chips are phenomenal. We should sell these at the coffee shop.
Oh.
It's my own recipe. I'd be happy to give it to you guys. I'm out of water. Switch to tea.
Hey.
I can see it now. Pierce the kale chips. I don't get it. Oh. Pierce the Veil is a popular post-hardcore screamo band out of San Diego. What's with all the weird genres? We all look at Matt confused.
Oh, man.
It's maybe not any of your wheelhouses. Sweat drop. I love how there's an actual sweat drop right there.
Hey.
How's the shop nowadays?
Hey.
Busy as ever. I'm toying with the idea of hiring on another person to work the counter, but I haven't found a good candidate.
Hey,
If Amanda's looking for a summer gig, let me know. That's really nice of you, but I think she's burned too badly by coffee shops before. Literally, not figuratively.
hey,
Matt cocks his head to the side. I'll ask her though. We get down to the final hand of the night and it's Craig in the lead by a landslide. Joseph has long since lost all of his chips and has taken to tidying up, refusing any help from the rest of us. Brian deals us all cards.
Oh.
So what's it gonna take for Robert to give a damn on this round? Robert looks up from his half-empty glass of whiskey. Do you really want to unleash the beast? Well, now I'm curious. I got a long history of being a gambling man, but I'll only do it if you make it interesting. Not this penny-chipped nonsense. I got a Lily's 18-year-old single blend sitting in my closet right now. Was saving it for when River turns 21, but I'm willing to put it up as collateral. Now you're talking my language. He throws the keys to his truck on the table. She's seen better days, but she can still pull a tree trunk out of the ground. Nope. Myself and everyone else at the table immediately folds. Deal the cards, Bry Guy. Are you guys sure you wanna? You heard a man, deal. Brian deals the next round of cards. Craig stares daggers at Robert, who casually sips his whiskey. So I know what you might be thinking. Robert puts his old workhouse up for grabs, his only mode of transportation. At times in his life, his only home. How could he be so sure of his abilities in gambling? I'll tell you right now, Craig. I wasn't always like this. I was a lot like you. Smart, talented, cocksure of my own luck. Great biceps. But it didn't last long, though. I lost everything in a game of Pygaw in the back room of a Shenzhen tea house on what I thought was a 3-day business trip. Everything gone. Clothes, money, identification, you name it. I woke up in a ditch near here. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'm taking a educated guess here. Please let me know if I'm way off target. No, I can't do that. My throat is too dry. That. Nope, I can't do it. Sorry. I know there's a trick to it where you basically glue your tongue to the bottom of your jaw. Not actual glue. Don't put glue in your mouth, seriously. But you hold your tongue down. Shu. Something like that. I butchered that completely. My apologies for it. I don't know how to pronounce. Shu. That whistled in my the whole Shashu. Yeah, I butchered that. My sincere apologies for that. And had to make my life new from there. It took me 3 years to beg, borrow and steal my way back to American soil. And in those 3 years I saw the greatest depth of human fear. Love deeper than I ever had, and lost it all many more times over. Yeah, like I said, there is a trick to it, but I haven't been able to do it yet. Mostly because I don't want to butcher a language that is not part of it. Part of what I know, so... But basically you try to hold your tongue still in your mouth while you pronounce words. Yeah, no. I've seen my own death, Craig. I know how I die. It's not like this. So let's make this more interesting. Robert produces the deed to his house from his jacket and tosses it on the table. Why are you carrying that around? All I have and all I am. Are you prepared to go the distance? Craig wipes the sweat from his brow. He He doesn't stutter, that was me. He studies Robert's face intently, searching for any sort of tell that he can find. Robert casually sips his whiskey again. I fold.
Hey.
Everyone erupts. Fine, fine, the whiskey is yours. And that is why you don't dance with the devil. So, what was it? Were you bluffing or did you have the cards? That's for me to take to my grave, fellas. Next week, boys? Next week.
Hey, yeah.
You got it.
Nice.
I'll be there. Okay, I want to click this one because yikes, but I feel that this might be the better alternative, because as much as that was freaky, I would totally join again. I wonder if that's like part of my mentality, because that's the feeling I had on Sunday as well, when, you know, a certain bard nearly tipped my NPC over and then interrogated her and then actually dropped her on the floor. That was freaky. Fun, but freaky. So yeah, 1 or 2. I'm thinking sure thing, because this might actually end it. And we always want to do, you know, do the thing. That's one of the main things in dating games. You always want to do the thing. Yeah, I'm thinking number 1. Because you don't want to end the story. This has been very relaxing, and I sincerely doubt I will wake up in a cold sweat thinking about it tonight. Keep working on that poker face, Crispy. We all say our goodbyes and head our separate ways.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay, so Lacey suggested that we go with Brian again to get the fishing out of the way, and I do agree with that. So let's go with Brian, and then we can select from the other ones once that's done. So let's pop him a message. What? Okay. Hey, Daisy and I are going fishing tomorrow. Are you in or out? Oh, I have a message from Brian. Oh no, I've been dreading this day. I accidentally boasted about my abilities as a fisherman to Brian, and now he's challenging me to another dad-off. I've been doing my fishing research online, but I'm nowhere close to being an expert. Still though, I have to accept. I typed back to Brian. Sounds great, man. Super excited to catch all those fish. Make sure your mower is in good working order, because you're gonna be all over my lawn this weekend. That'll show him. Brian responds back, letting me know that tomorrow he'll pick us up at an hour I had previously forgotten existed. Man, that's gonna be a rough start. Amanda comes into the room from the kitchen, eating a cheese stick by biting it off piece by piece like some kind of monster. You don't eat string cheese like that. You peel the string cheese. If that's what she's eating, you peel it. That's why it's called string cheese. I didn't raise you like that. What? It's called string cheese, not chompy cheese, for a reason. I mean, yeah, he's right. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. Well, apparently we're on the same track here. Did you just call me in here to criticize my controversial string cheese eating technique or what? No, Amanda, we have to go fishing tomorrow. Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog. How do I become a master of fishing overnight? You went fishing in the Girl Scouts, didn't you? Nope. My stint in the Scouts was brief and purely transactional. Thought I could get free cookies, but I didn't know that I had to, like, be outside and tie knots and stuff. But I have to beat Brian. Dad, let me tell you a story. Do you remember last summer how I applied for a job at that coffee shop across town? Give me a refresher? During the interview, they asked me if I knew how to work an espresso machine, and I really wanted a job, so I lied and said yes. On that first morning, there was a line out the door, and within half an hour I severely burned my hand, and they told me to go home and never come back. I still have a scar from that. Of course I remember. What does that have to do with fishing? The burn is a metaphor, Dad. I don't get it. You can't lead a horse to water. What do horses have to do with fish and burns?
Huh?
Dad, please, I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian. You wouldn't understand. It's a dad thing. I guess. Please try explaining it to me. Okay, he just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposely reminds me of that whenever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him at his own game.
Huh?
Is that what you think is happening here? No, Amanda. Okay, good. I know that's what's happening here. Alright, Pops, we should both be getting some sleep. See you in the morning? Night, Panda. I brush my teeth and throw on some pajamas. I climb into bed, set my alarm, and close my eyes. Okay, sleep. I am wide awake. I can't help but think about the last time I went fishing, hoping that there's something I can glean from it to give me an edge over Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up one morning and told me to get dressed and meet him downstairs. It was still dark out. I had no idea what was going on, but before I knew it, we were both alone on a freezing cold lake. I had to sit there for hours while it got hot and muggy, the air thick with bugs. I picked at mosquito bites while my dad sat in stony silence, fishing pole in one hand and a beer in the other. We didn't catch anything. On the long drive home, my father brought me a pack of cigarettes and didn't say a thing. That didn't help, and I think I have some repressed sadness about my father. I'll deal with that later. Ooh, that's pretty! That is really pretty! I'm sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see any land, but I know it's a lake. The water is placid and still. I'm holding a fishing pole. I don't understand why, but it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. I cast my lure into the water and wait, and wait, and wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below. You used the wrong lure. I look up and see my father, just as he looked that one cold morning, disapproving. I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and try to grab a different one, but all of the lures in my tackle box are the exact same. I look up to my father for guidance, but he is gone. I try casting again, but I can't hold my footing. My boat tips over and I fall into the water. Sinking further and further, I see the multitudes of fish that had been lying just below the surface, all swimming around me as if to taunt me. One fish swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes. You gotta use a neutral buoyancy lure if you're trying to catch trout, buddy. I jolt awake to the sound of my alarm. It's fishing day. That would explain the weird dream. I groggily slip on clothes and get ready. I spot Amanda's door half open and see her still curled up in a mountain of blankets. Walking over to her bed, I give her a tiny kiss on the forehead. Fishing day, kiddo. You ready? No. Well, you gotta get up. I can't do this without you. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes. Amanda pulls a comforter over her head. Never. Amanda? I'll get up in a minute. Alright, Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep. Amanda sticks her hand through the blanket to wave me away. I leave her room and make myself some coffee and another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders in and chugs her coffee while I do word jumbles. Bear! Boop! I love how that doorbell rang just to boop the bear's snoot. That was beautiful. I hear the doorbell ring. That must be Brian. Still rubbing our eyes, we walk outside to see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear. Daisy's falling asleep next to him.
Hey.
Early bird gets the worm, buddy. You ready to fish? I was born ready. My eyes narrow in on Brian. It's a good day to die. Hop on in, guys. Let's get this fishing party started. I walk over to the driver's side door and open it. Ruff, ruff. Brian's dog immediately hops into the driver's seat, wagging his tail furiously. Hi, Corgi. Boop. Can I see your license, sir? Maxwell, let Crispy sit. Maxwell obediently hops into the bag to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy and Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy and immediately falls asleep. You ready for an adventure? I'm ready for glory. I struggle to stay awake as we drive to the outskirts of town. Country music plays quietly from the radio as I watch trees pass by. Oi! Also, being that sleepy and driving is not safe. Don't do it. So where exactly are we headed? It's about an hour north of here. Little spot I've been going to since I was a kid. My dad used to take me there all the time. I don't think anyone else knows about it. I brought everything we need so we can catch some trout, have a nice little fire and enjoy the nature. My fishing pole's in the shop. Getting it tuned up. Do you maybe have an extra I could borrow? But of course, it's probably not as nice as it sounds like yours is though. Naps are divine, Mariette. Never feel sorry about taking naps. Right. I'm digging a hole here. Yes, doggo! We're going to see more of the doggo as well. I stare out at the forest lining the highway. The sun is just barely over the horizon, scattering dusky pink light through the trees. For a split second, I spot a deer grazing on the side of the road before it leaps back into the brush. After a nice quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and onto a dirt road. The car bumps along until we reach a clearing that opens up to a magnificent lake. Well, here we are. I step out of the car and help Brian unload our gear as Maxwell runs around us barking. The kids wake up and wander to the shore, where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. Brian and I carry the tackle boxes and cooler down to the edge of the lake, where he has a canoe waiting. Ah, great, it's still in one piece. Hold on, help me out with Maxwell. I help Brian place a tiny dog-sized life vest onto Maxwell. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Alright, your turn. Brian hands me a lime green life vest. Okay, we're going number 1 on this one, I think, because the other ones are not doing the thing. So yeah, number 1 it is. If I fall in, I'm counting on you to rescue me.
Oh, shucks.
I was right! I was right! Awesome! Suit yourself. Brian turns to Amanda and Daisy, who are still skipping rocks. You kids wanna fish? I'm good with just throwing rocks into the water. Amanda hurls a rock into the pond with gusto. Yeah, take that, water! Amanda, you're supposed to be skipping them.
Hey.
Is that what we're doing? Daisy, don't you want to fish? I think catching fish is kind of inhumane. We're gonna go explore the woods and look at bugs and stuff. Alright, be safe. Don't go too far. Brian puts the life vest around himself and we throw all of our equipment into the canoe. Maxwell happily jumps in and takes his place looking out over the front of the boat. I get into the canoe as Brian shoves off. We paddle together to get ourselves in the middle of the lake. Most freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get you up so early. Yeah, I know. That's pretty common fisherman knowledge after all. Fisherman knowledge that I'm knowledgeable. Yeah, I know. That's pretty common fisherman knowledge after all. Fisherman knowledge that I am knowledgeable about. Thank you, Esther. Still a gambling man? You know it. Let's see who can catch more fish. You can catch more than one? Sounds easy enough to me. What's on the line? Besides all the fish I'm gonna catch, obviously. I was thinking something a little more high stakes than mowing the lawn. Custody of our children? More than that. Let's say if I win, I get you a weed whacker. Okay. The Whackmaster 2000? That's a limited edition! But if you win, you get my pole saw. The Reach and Cut 3000. The cordless version? That's the one. Shit. The Reach and Cut 3000 is state of the art. My weed whacker is a prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches at the back of the yard that have been begging for a pruning. I guess everyone needs a hobby. You're on. We shake on it. I suddenly remember that I don't know how to fish. My foolish, fatherly pride will one day be my undoing. I watch as Brian ties a lure and does some stuff I can't quite follow with his fishing pole. He casts into the lake. Oh boy, now I have to do that. I stare down at the tackle box and at the pole in my hand. I'm gonna go with number 1 here, because the other ones are just, what? Hey! He liked that! I fish a worm from the styrofoam container Brian brought. It's slippery, but I think I can get it onto the hook if I just focus. Oh god, I'm bleeding! Oh god, the blood's everywhere! The worm is not on the hook. You need some help? No, I meant to do that. The blood attracts the fish. They can smell it up to a mile away, you know. I think that's sharks. No, it's definitely fish. Now what? Okay, 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Heads, tails, if you want to flip for it. Okay. Okay, number 1. Yeah, okay, let's go with number 1. Oof, he didn't like that at all. As you probably already know, fish also responds positively when tempted with the call of a potential mate. Observe. Gazing out at the lake, I prepare my call. I don't even know where to go with this. This all seems so very, very wrong. But Come fertilize these eggs, baby. Let me get that tail, you slimy fish. Or you got a hot pectoral fin. Which one do we want? Because I feel all of them are gonna make him upset. So number 3. Okay, let's go with number 3 then. Okay, I'm officially uncomfortable. All part of the territory, Brian. I guarantee those fish are horned up and ready to get caught. That is just wrong. So wrong. So very, very wrong. Let's cast this sucker. I pull my rod back and launch the lure as hard as I can. And the lure flies off the line and sails far, far away, landing in the lake with a loud sploosh. Sorry, I judged the wind speed wrong. This cold air drives the pressure down. Go ahead and take my pole. I know it's hard switching to a new pole you're not used to. I'll fix up another lure. Brian hands me his pole with a smile, and I just sit there feeling like an idiot. Yeah, you should, because that was just... What is this? Fishing around here is easy. They group up. All you gotta do is line up 3 of the same species and reel them in. Okay. I need to match 3 of the same species? I can't tell which fish is which.
Match that fish.
That's not it.
Match of the day.
Okay.
Catch of the day. Nice match.
This is just so wrong on so many levels.
Nice catch. Rainbow trout. Catch of the day.
Can I just can I just say that this is just wrong on an incredible amount of levels? And hi, Penny! Welcome on into the absolute chaos that is whatever this is.
Nice catch. Match of the day. Rainbow trout.
That's the bullhead catfish. They're a bottom-dwelling invasive species now found worldwide. They taste great fried. Okay.
Rainbow trout. Now you're fishing. Rainbow trout. Nice match. Rainbow trout. Match of the day. Nice match.
Where is one? Oh, why can't I find... There's one.
Now you're fishing. Match of the day. Rainbow trout. Nice catch. Match of the day. Now you're fishing.
That's the northern pike, a sport fish that isn't great for eating due to its tough, scaly hide. Some fishermen hunt them with bow and arrow since their sharp teeth easily cut through fishing line. Ooh, we still got an S rank. I don't know, Penny. We went on a fishing date with Brian. And apparently matching fish is part of it. And yes, we're trying to get the single data date. Good work. How are you doing, Penny? Well, this is way tougher than I thought. I look over to Brian, who's smiling and obviously enjoying his time out here on the lake. I will crush him. Suddenly, the fishing pole jumps in my hand. I reflexively tug upwards. I think I got something big. The tip of the pole dips down repeatedly and the line starts to run. Reel it in! I finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's a long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me a net. It's all yours. I lean down and notice that my hands are shaking with excitement. This fish is bigger than the ones Brian's caught. That pole saw his mine. All blah. The entire canoe tips over with me. I find myself sinking into the lake. I should have taken the life vest. All of a sudden, I'm embraced under the water and pulled into Brian's arms. I'm finally dragged upwards, sputtering water. All of our gear floats on the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in circles, having a great time.
Okay.
You alright? Does that count as one? Well, seeing as all of our fish are now swimming safely back in the lake, I guess so. Brian laughs. Let's get you to shore. Brian and I flip the canoe back over and fill it with our now soaking wet gear. Oh, I'm sorry, Penny. I hope you sleep well. I'm not entirely sure that listening to streams is a good way to falling asleep, though. But I appreciate you being here. As we celebrate two great things, reaching 100 followers, reaching and going over 100 followers, and reaching the charity goal that is over here somewhere. I have the greatest community. Well, I say I have. I'm part of the greatest community. We row back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Where did my pointer go? There it is. This is pretty. Once we get to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the woods. Hi, Terrace. Did you fall asleep? Yep, you did. It's getting... Dude, it's not even 8. Almost 8 o'clock for you, but... You know. Brian takes off his shirt. Dots of lake water glisten in the sun across his strong back. Terrace, sleep more. Seriously. That is a big oof. Man, all that general contractor must have built that guy like an ox. I know I wouldn't be functioning on only 2 hours of sleep. Yeesh. I hope he doesn't notice me staring.
Hey.
I'm gonna get a fire going so we can dry off. Wanna hand me yours? Yes, okay. I reluctantly take off my own shirt and toss it to Brian. I like the corgi! Corgi cute! I know, right, Penny? Oh, speaking of, since we reached the donation goal, or the charity goal, Josh, Achille, James and Ellie and Bloody are going to be coming back at some point in the near future to continue the one-shot. So look forward to that. Why am I yawning? I suddenly wish I had done more sit-ups in my life. Or any sit-ups at all, really. Another thing you've bested me in. Stupid sexy Brian. Okay then. You might as well fry that shirt up. Seems like it's the only lunch we'll have. That is fair, Maria. Have fun with your kids. And do tell that kid who aced the math test congratulations from us. Now, since I've reached 100 followers, I'm trying to get Stream Raiders to work because I can do that now. Because I have 100 followers. Didn't get it to work yet, but you know. Take care, Maria. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will absolutely see you on Sunday.
Hey.
The day is young. We can fish from the shore. Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple of lures out by the water's edge. We're probably gonna have to put the kibosh on the competition for now. Until another day. My stomach growls. You hungry? Oh, I'm fine. Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars. I have a small child. I'm flush with snacks. Brian joins me by the fire and I accept the cargo short granola. And now we're back to waiting. Where did the girls get off to? Shouldn't they be back by now? Night night, Lacey. Take care and stay safe. I hope to see you soon. I wouldn't worry about it too much. They're a couple of smart kids. That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They've probably established a small rural government by this point and installed themselves as leaders. I take a look around at the sun cresting the tree line, casting the entire lake in a warm golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow, nature is beautiful. That it is. A mosquito bites me. I slap my neck and curse. Nature sucks. Here you go, bud. Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself. Ugh, I've always hated how this stuff smells. Really, I've always kinda liked it. Reminds me of being outside. Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors. Ooh, cool, maybe. I have to absolutely look into that. That would be really cool if we can do that. I don't have anything to write on. Where did my papers go? To stream. Cool. Thank you, Penny. Maxwell comes bounding up to me, a huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly. We're playing with the puppy. Nice! I hurl the stick as hard as I can towards the tree line. Maxwell bolts after it, running as fast as his stubby little legs can carry him. Which, consequently, is not very fast. It's very cute, though. Flop, 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 flop. Yep, it's very cute. Nice throw, Crispy. I turn away so he can't see me blush. Maxwell brings the stick back to me, clearly proud of himself. Good boy, Maxwell. You're a very good and speedy boy. You're the world champ of fetch. It's time for the pets. What's the plan? Butt pets. Butt pets. Haha, butt pats never fail. Nice! I give Maxwell a few good pats on his backside. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin routinely pulling on Brian's lines. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet the fish, squeezing a bit of lemon on them and frying them up in a cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of shirtless dudes, which you are, you know. Amanda and Daisy emerge from the woods, looking totally unscathed. Whoa, Dad Bod Patrol! I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand you put your shirts on. There are children present. Brian tosses me my now dry shirt. I pull it over my head, thankful that I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his pecs. Where have you guys been? Studying entomology. What? We were playing with bugs. I expected you guys to be more covered in like mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for? A child? You are a child. A very cute child, but you are a child. Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder. Right. We take a seat around the fire and Brian serves us all generous piles of fish on paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be good at everything? Fish taste okay? Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good. Yeah, it's great. Old Harding family recipe. Oh, it's really good. Why are your pants wet? Well, Amanda, we were out there on the lake, and then I accidentally tipped over that boat. Sweat drop. Don't worry, all of the gear floated to the surface, so we didn't lose anything. Right, Crispy? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I can't believe he just covered for me. Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, including my world-famous sense of humility. Right, that's what's going on. We finish our fish and end up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decide to head out. After cleaning up the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the back seat. The poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle puddle with Amanda and Daisy. They've had a long day. Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home. I want to prove that I'm the most awake dad on the block, but yeah, I'm beat. Fine. As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window, and the low rumble of the dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep that is loud. Give me a second. Wait, I can't... There we go. Hey, sleepyhead! I open my eyes and realize that I had dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off my chin. Oh, hi, I was resting my eyes. Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict, so I'm super awake for it. And ready to fight. With my strong arms. It's all good. You earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. I had a lot of fun with you. Thanks for inviting us. I also had fun, actually. Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah? You too. Take it the easiest. Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Amanda and I get inside and immediately collapse onto the couch. That was not part of the game. That's the construction crew outside. Long day. Yep. I was so close to that pole saw. Pole saw? Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish and... Stop. Why do you care so much? Amanda Panda, just look at the guy. He's so obviously got my number and he's rubbing my face in it. Dad, I love you. But you're kinda dumb sometimes. Dumb? Or clearly the superior dad? You know what? I don't have any of the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation with asserting your masculinity. Here. I'm going to bed. Night. Amanda slides off the couch and face down onto the floor. I'm tired, slug. Amanda, that floor is disgusting. Didn't you clean it? I don't care. Ugh, voice went bye-bye. Well, night, honey. Night, Pops. Date complete! Nice!
What an amazing date!
That fish luring adventure didn't pan out, but hey, we still got a pretty good score. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. That kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear a faint sound, but can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? I knock gently on the door. Hey, Amanda. The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds strained. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? I don't want to talk about it. Nope. Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. Do we push it or do we leave her alone? I don't really know what to do here. Ugh. Good stretch. Ow. Okay, let's push it once, and if we get this choice again, we'll leave her alone. Something must have happened. Amanda? Yeah, human psychology is really weird. That is true, Andy. Get out! Okay, okay. I quickly leave her room and shut the door behind me. Once the door closes, I can hear her crying again. Dang it. Wow. What has her so upset? She seemed fine earlier. She's usually so open with me. Did I do something wrong? Is she mad at me? I guess if she wasn't before, she definitely is now. I can't even remember the last time she snapped at me like that. I have a hard time falling asleep, but when I finally do, I'm still thinking about Amanda. There's something in my throat. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about whatever's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Panda. Morning. She drops a frozen waffle into the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today? No. Okay. Do you need a ride to school? No. Want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster lever up and takes a still freezer burned waffle out before it's finished cooking. I have to go. Amanda picks up her bag and storms out. Ooh. Okay. That was a big slam. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. I can see why. Yikes. Hopefully this blows over and things are back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on a wall. In it I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she would get up and try it again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. Then she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. I was far into my journey of learning how to ride a bike when I learned how the brakes work. I would normally use our neighbor's shrubbery to stop my velocity. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream and it was like nothing even happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decided if I force her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I have an idea. I don't know why, but my mouth is really dry today. I start rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading for the kitchen like she usually does, she makes a beeline to her room. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin! What? Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence. Yeah. I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it. Dad, So just whatever it is, and you don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, just know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it on the table. Hopefully the frosting is set by now. Ta-da! Dad... It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad and had to start over and... I like this cake. Now I want cake. I do have ice cream. This is beautiful. It's strawberry. Amanda gives me a big ol' hug. Cakes! I want cake. I grab some plates and forks and serve us some delicious cake. So, it's really stupid. What is it? What is? This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately and there's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart. I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes? I guess I should start from the top. So you know how Emma R is going to that fancy art school in California, right? Emma R. Okay, the one who puked was Amanda. So it's either the best friend or the other one. And I don't remember who it is. So, this one or this one? I can honestly not remember who is who of the Emma R and Emma P or whatever. It's been too long since I played it. So if anyone remembers who Emma R is, please let me know. Or we can just flip for it, so heads or tails. If no one remembers who it is, because I honestly do not remember who that is. It's just, yeah. I mean, we could flip for it. Heads, tails. Because this one is Amanda. Yeah, exactly. And like, if I remembered who Emma R is, I would probably pick that, but I don't. Okay, take care and see you soon, Hester. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so let's go with number 2 then. I guess you're not technically wrong. It's good to have fallbacks like that one. Anyways, ever since she got the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's drifting away, you know. And she's been spending a lot more time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while, but then I found out from Rosie M that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to a party at Mackenzie F's. On the same night they all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final. Yikes. Yeah. So, another important piece of information is, God, this is embarrassing. I have a crush on Noah. And, that's the thing. What? Whoa. I had no idea. Definitely didn't know that, okay? You're a bad liar. So are you. I learned from the worst. Being bad at lying is not really a bad thing.
Oh.
Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was Emma R, and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just keep quiet and keep going about my business. Amanda sighs. And then one day I invite everybody out to get nachos at the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy, like simultaneously. So I tell them, never mind, I'll just eat nachos at home, right? But we were out of chips and I really, really wanted nachos. Totally understandable. I agree, I want nachos now. So I go to the mall anyway. I get to the food court and who do I see there but Grace, Emma P, Emma R and Noah. All hanging out together and eating nachos without me. Ooh. What? It gets better. I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma R, which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss. Ooh, you don't do that to a friend. Seriously, no. At least tell someone. Like, if someone confesses that they have a crush on someone, and you're dating that someone, tell them. Immediately. No. Yes, I know. So I storm over there and I'm like, hey! And Grace drops a nacho on her shirt, because of course she does, and Emma R just like glares at me. Grace, nothing's coming up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the... I don't know who that is. 1, 2, 3. I don't... I'm gonna say gossip. I would say gossipy or boring. Yeah. Oh, we got it right. Nice. I know. Grace is the one nobody really likes. Or I guess that's me now. But anyway, nobody will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck, which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say, but I was very angry and really embarrassed, and I just wanted to get out of there. So I left, without nachos, might I add, which only further contributed to this shitty day, and I immediately drafted a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R, asking how long the Noah thing's been going on, and sorry, I know that's a lot. You still following? Let's go with the top one, I think, because I personally know what's happening here. I'm not sure as a dad I would, but, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go with number 1 here. Oh, okay. Let it go. Get a load of this. Emma R says, you know what? Let me just read it to you. Amanda pulls out her phone and reads, word for word, an odiously long string of text messages. Can you believe that? 1 or 2 here. I'm not sure which one would be correct. Okay, number 2? Yeah. Let's go with number 2. Yeah, without context, exactly. I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, do I not understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, but I am trying my hardest to be supportive.
Oh.
They were dating in secret for like months. So I told her that she's being a really terrible friend, and she's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And then she left me on red. And then... Wait, left on red? What's that? Ooh. Being left on red sucks. So much. Oh, like, she saw my message and didn't reply. And I know because there are read receipts. I don't know what the red receipt... no. I don't know what red receipts are, but I'm just gonna nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha. So while this is all happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am because she's at least being kind of reasonable, and I'm venting to her about how pissed I am at everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and it's like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And she tells me that Emma P sent screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat that I got kicked out of. Yeah, that is some shiesty shit. You don't do that. Seriously. That is... Alright, I think you lost me at screenshots, but that definitely sounds bad. There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just really stupid teenager stuff. No, bullying is a serious matter. And doing this to someone is not cool. Not cool at all. The bottom line is that everybody dropped me. Half of my grade hates me, and now I have no friends. Amanda, I'm so sorry. I almost expected it from everybody else, but Emma R's been there since Mom died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. Yeah, she's a shiesty human being. I'm not even that mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me about it for so long. See? Tell the truth. If someone is having a crush on the person you're dating, tell them. If they didn't know before the crush developed, tell them! Amanda stabs at the remnants of her cake. Okay, I'll take it back. I'm kinda mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everyone just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? They're shiesty people. Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad. Of course you do. You were friends for ages. Amanda looks so dejected, I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help? Anyways, that's it. That's the whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip. Yeah. Wow. I know it's pretty dumb. No, it's not dumb. Seriously, not dumb. No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over. Hell no! Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings. What he said. I guess. Unless you've secretly been a robot who's been approximating human feelings this whole time. Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long time ago. I hear you. But seriously, I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. Okay, I'm gonna do with the middle one here, because real friends don't do that shit. At all. There, now I'm upset. When you get older, you start realizing the sort of people you want to associate yourself with. Do you really want to surround yourself with people who would do something like that to their friend? It takes a lot of work to find and maintain meaningful friendships. It took me a long time to figure that out myself, and I wish I had learned it sooner. If the other person isn't putting the effort in to show you how much they care, it's not worth it. You're not beholden to being their friend. Agreed. Wow, I spent way too much time in my youth trying to butter up to people who did not give two shits about me. Ultimately, I think it says way more about their character than it does about yours. Because you're amazing, and if they can't see that, well, that's their problem. I'll keep that in mind. I looked down at the table. Did we just eat that whole cake? Cake. Yes, we did just eat that whole cake. Well, good talk. It was. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes her door, she turns around. Hey, Pops? Yes? Thank you. You are always welcome. Love you, Amanda.
I love you too,
I
Dad.
love you too, Dad. Hey, you said it.
Welcome.
3. 1, 2, Robert. So let's do Robert. Let's start Robert. Message! I had a lot of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times on Dadbook. I've tried messaging him a few times, and Dadbook says he hasn't even read them. Haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decide to send him one last message, figuring that this'll produce the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from my computer, because at this point, I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. I linger in the kitchen. I'm all caught up on work, the house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. I'll bake her favorite pie. Ooh, pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it. I start mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into a saucepan to make the filling. Normally, I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Pie? It's a piece of pie. I'm making a pie. Oh man, I can never remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven at. I'm pretty sure it's 375, but I could be wrong. That's Fahrenheit. I don't do Fahrenheit, I don't know what that means. Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie. My special twist on my grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavorful. God, why can't I remember what the secret ingredient is? Okay. I mean, that doesn't make sense, so I'm thinking salt or almond extract. Number one? It's number one? Okay, let's go with number one. Oh, it's more cherries, duh. Being the most important part of a cherry pie, I truly believe that you can never have enough cherries. Let's turn the cherry dial to 11. I would probably add some salt or almond. I never tried almond extract, but I would add some salt to it because it lifts the flavor. Whoops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. I finally get the pie in the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there? 15 minutes? I'll just swing it. Amanda's going to be so excited. That kid loves a good pie. So do I. I have a seat at the kitchen table and do world jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops, what smells like pie in here? It's pie, sweetie. Amanda darts over to the oven and looks inside.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, it's not done. Be patient. What's your angle here? What? Pies are an objective-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? Okay, 1, 2, or 3. She will never believe nothing, but 1, 2, or 3 here. Number 3? Let's go with number 3 then. Amanda, I have terrible news for you. I'm actually a pro skateboarder and aspiring astronaut and bank robber. Hi, Pash! The lifestyle is calling me back and I must go. One last job. You know how it is. How are you doing? Ah, my hand is itching. This pie was the only way I knew how to tell you. Well, I appreciate the years we spent together, but a trade-up is a trade-up. Remember me when you're kicking your feet up in Ibiza. Thanks for all the pie. We share a cordial handshake. I wait a few more minutes because... Ooh, nice! Time to relax then. We'll be raiding Kay in a few moments to go to her putting Rob and Fancy and some people through the House of Lament from Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft if you want to hang out. Oh, if you want to come along. I wait a few more minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on a rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig into it before it's ready. Huh? What? Does it look kind of weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking artistic license on what cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm just saying this because, you know, it seems like you might have baked this pie incorrectly. And you're currently right now trying to pass it off as a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake? Probably. Also, that would look pretty cool, actually. Well, it's... Was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas? How did you manage that? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it art when you... Just eat the pie, Panda. I cut us a few slices and we sit down to eat. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides and the buttery crust glistens. I watch as Amanda takes a bite. Ugh. What's wrong? Is it not good? Amanda winces and fans her mouth. No, I just burned the heck on my roof of my mouth. This pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting you. That was my best impression of someone who had the roof of their mouth burned the hell out of it. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right. The pie is pretty incredible, as it always is. And you're so humble. I'm really proud of you for making a pie without burning the new house down. I got a few dad tricks up my dad's sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as the media make us out to be. Maybe we as a society should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole.
Hey.
Dad, your sleeve is on fire. How did you manage to set fire to your sleeve while eating pie? I run to the sink and put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. How did you manage to set your sleeve on fire when eating pie? Amanda and I clean up the kitchen and play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one spells cat. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner, I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check Dad book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. Huh. Hope he's okay. I turn out the lights and lie down. Hey. Crispy. Hey, Crispy. Hey, I'm outside. Ah, what is that? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off, when I notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me honk! I will honk. Get out here. I look out my window and sure enough, there's Robert leaning up against his pickup truck in my driveway. And that... There we go, saving an extra time, going to title. Let's go.